Have you ever seen someone on screen and thought, there's something deeper behind those eyes? That was Presley Chweneyagae, a man who made us laugh, cry, and think. A man who rose from the dusty streets of Mahikeng to global stardom. But on May 27, 2025, that rising star dimmed far too soon. The headlines were fast. Presley Chweneyagae is gone. But the questions were faster. What happened? Why? And was it all just too much? This isn't just a tribute, it's an untold story. One of glory, controversy, hidden pain, and a mysterious end that left an entire nation stunned. Let's unpack the truth. Presley Chweneyagae was born on October 19, 1984, in Mahikeng, a town tucked in South Africa's northwest province. He came into the world during turbulent times, just as apartheid was crumbling and the country was fighting to redefine itself. His mother, a dedicated police officer, named him after her favorite American icon, Elvis Presley. The symbolism couldn't have been more fitting. Like the king of rock, this boy from the township would grow up to command the world's stage. But his journey wasn't paved in gold. He grew up without wealth, without privilege, just a burning passion. By age 10, he was already part of the Northwest Arts Council, now known as the Mbana Arts Foundation. That's where people started to whisper, "This boy's different." He could express raw emotion, deep sorrow, explosive energy. Even as a child, he wasn't just performing, he was channeling something real. Then came 2005, and with it, a moment that would change his life forever. Presley landed the lead role in a gritty, emotional film called Tsotsi. He played a young gangster in Johannesburg, a man torn between violence and conscience after discovering a baby in a hijacked car. The performance wasn't just powerful, it was transformative. The film swept the world, winning the Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film. And Presley, he was only 21. Practically overnight, the boy from Mahikeng became South Africa's face to the world. But that kind of fame, it comes with a price. Fame doesn't just shine light, it also casts long shadows. With red carpets came pressure, interviews, headlines, expectations. Presley once admitted that global success caught him off guard. "It was a lot," he said. "Too much, too fast." But even as cameras followed him, Presley tried to keep something sacred: his family. He married Paulina from Swaziland. Together, they raised 3 sons. He spoke often about how much they grounded him, how they reminded him that real life existed far beyond the screen. Still, not all was well behind closed doors. In 2023, a woman came forward, the mother of another child he'd fathered, accusing Presley of failing to pay child maintenance. The story spread like wildfire. He denied some parts, clarified others, but the damage was done. People began whispering, was Presley living a double life? Even as the tabloids circled, Presley kept working. He starred in films like Kalushi and Zama Zama, but it was his role in The River that reignited his career. As Cobra, Presley played a lovable yet flawed character who mirrored parts of his own journey. The pain, the humor, the contradictions. Cobra felt real because Presley made him real. Fans loved him. So much so, the character got his own spin-off in 2025. Cobrizzi. It was a sign. Presley was still at the top of his game. But behind the camera, storms were brewing. That same year, his name was linked to a scandal involving 67.5 million rand in lottery funds. The money was meant to help underprivileged women in Rustenburg start farms, but the projects never materialized. Presley denied wrongdoing, but again, the headlines stuck. People began to ask, is this the man we thought we knew? And it didn't stop there. In 2022, Presley was arrested for allegedly assaulting his wife. The charges were later dropped, but the public had already made up its mind. Every scandal chipped away at the carefully built image of South Africa's beloved actor. By early 2025, fans noticed something strange. Presley had gone quiet. No more posts, no interviews, no photos from sets. Just silence. Friends say he hadn't been himself. He seemed drained, exhausted, distant. There were whispers. Stress, burnout, maybe depression. He'd been battling something, but no one knew just how serious it was. And then, the unthinkable happened. On May 27th, Presley Chweneyagae was found dead. His manager confirmed the news. He was just 40 years old, but there was no cause of death, no statement from the hospital, no explanation from family, just silence and speculation. Some said he'd been sick for a while. Others believed the weight of his life, the fame, the scandals, the internal war, had finally caught up with him. But no one knew for sure. Presley's death left a nation in shock. The man who once gave voice to the voiceless, gone, without warning, without closure. And what's more haunting, he had just begun planning a new chapter. Sources say he was working on a mentorship program for young actors. He wanted to direct, write, give back, reclaim the narrative. But now, those dreams are dust. His story ended abruptly, like a film that cuts to black before the final scene. And yet, in that silence, Presley left something powerful behind. Presley Chweneyagae wasn't just Cobra, or Tsotsi, or the man on the red carpet. He was something more, a storyteller who wore his soul on screen and often in real life. Yes, he was flawed. He made mistakes, but he also made magic. He reminded us that greatness often walks alongside struggle, that even the brightest lights carry their own shadows, that sometimes the most powerful performances come from the deepest pain. So, what really happened to Presley? We may never know every detail. But here's what we do know. South Africa didn't just lose an actor. We lost a voice. We lost a mirror. We lost a giant. What do you remember most about Presley Chweneyagae? Was it Tsotsi's haunted silence, Cobra's chaos and charm, or the quiet strength behind the eyes? Let us know in the comments. And if this story moved you, like, share, and subscribe, because these are the stories that deserve to be remembered. Until next time.